I was born in 1967, and so I grew up in the 70s. So I'm not racist. However, I do have mild racism. It's the best I could do coming out of the 70s, because that was a very racist decade. People said racist things all the time, and nobody got offended. The only time somebody got offended if you said something racist in the 70s is when they would then say, like, hey, you interrupted me. I was saying something racist. Why did you?
Flowing as I speak. He said that in Belgium when I was in Europe. And you know, if there's a shooting war and you flow arms into it, more people get killed.
That's right.
More people die.
Yeah.
So, and I know that the young progressive kids that have like the little Ukrainian flag on their ID are very comfortable with dead Russian soldiers.
Right.
With like charred face.
Yeah. They don't care.
Bloated body.
Yeah.
Like
Monroe got Florida from the Spanish.
Nice.
So the reason that happened, because Jackson was taking his troops to Florida, and Monroe was sending a guy on a horse. Take him 8 days to say, leave Florida alone. We're trying to negotiate a price. The Spanish owned it. We can't afford to buy it. I can't justify it. I'm not going to get it through Congress. And Jackson was writing back and saying, I'm just going to take it militarily. I'm going to attack them. Monroe said, no, I'm the president. You may not do that. And Jackson just ignored him.
Started attacking
And he
him.
did it.
What?
He took Florida, and then he showed up in D.C. and was like, right? That was good, right? And Monroe's like, yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, he's like, but also I bought it.
Good job. It was a mess.
While Jackson
What?
was like fucking with them, the Spanish to Monroe, they're like, yeah, you can buy it.
He just went and killed him.
He was down fighting them, and he was like, actually, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna
But
sell it.
there's two generals that did that. Him and MacArthur did that too. Just did without permission.
Yeah.
And then showed up and said, right, Mr. President, wasn't that the plan
That was
all
pretty
along? And he
good.
was like, yes, it was the plan all along. Whatever you want. Whatever you want.
Louis C.K. revealed his reasoning for performing at the Riyadh Comedy Festival during the comic's first network television appearance in over 8 years on Real Time with Bill Maher.
They said there's only two restrictions. It's their religion and their government. And I don't have jokes about those two things. It used to be when you got offers from places like that, there'd be a long list. And I just say, no, I don't need that. But when I heard it's opening, I thought, that's awfully interesting. That just feels like a good opportunity. And I just think comedy is a great way to get in and start talking. And there's Saudi Arabian comedians there. I love stand-up comedy and I love comedians. So the fact that that's opening up and starting to bud, I want to see it. I want to be part of it.
Dave Chappelle, it was in the press today, saying that you can speak more freely over here than in America.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true.
Oh, it's not true.
And so I sat in they didn't have the place for us yet. And they let me, I asked if I could go in a control room. And they're like, okay. And I sat in this control room because I love television. I love being behind the scenes. And the president was making a speech. It was Obama. He's making a speech, and I was in the live fucking in the room, the Fox News room, watching them do their thing. And Bill O'Reilly's on this camera having his hair done. And this guy's over here looking at, and a girl's she's getting makeup. Everybody's getting ready. The president is in the corner. And the sound's off. Nobody's listening to the president. He's giving a speech and they're just going, Alex, what do you got, Alex? And Alex is like, did you get the fucking guy? Everybody's cursing and trying to line up guests for interviews. And it was fascinating to watch. And the second the president is done, they go to whoever, not Alex Jones. What am I talking about? The guy who was the big...
The president's kind of disappointing. Really? We saw the president of America cry and then quit being the president. That was crazy. Because none of us knew what was going to happen next. Our president wept like an insane person and then got in a helicopter and flew away. And the whole nation just watched him go. We saw the president of America cry and then quit being the president. That shit was crazy. Because none of us knew what was going to happen next. Today, people like, the president's kind of disappointing. Really? Our president wept like an insane person and then got in a helicopter and flew away. And the whole nation just watched him go.
The economy was tanking. And then here's Gerald Ford, who was just a kind of like oval-headed, simple dude. He made little moves. He handled it perfectly. I mean, he did one thing that was extremely, extremely unpopular and fucked up, which is that he pardoned Richard Nixon. It was the first thing he did. Everyone wanted to go after Nixon and keep investigating and catch him and send him to jail. He could have gone to prison for what he did. And Ford knew that if he pardoned him, he would never win an election. There was no way he was going to be reelected.
Yeah.
Because everyone would just say, well, you guys are just fucking dirty. You're just pardoning each other. Yeah. But he knew it was the right thing to do. We needed to get there. He said, our national nightmare needs to end. And he ended it. So Clinton made me feel like, I can't believe this. They just got rid of the Bushes.
Yeah.
They got rid of Cheney. In my lifetime, that didn't exist. The idea of that. So I was pretty fucking impressed. Likewise with Obama later. But so that made me think, maybe this is actually some kind of, and then later you learned that Clinton and Gore together learned how to go for business and tell big business, look, we're going to make you a fortune. Don't worry about the social issues. We're going to take care of the poor. We're going to do all kinds of programs, but we're getting rid of he got rid of welfare. And he was also a death penalty governor.
Yeah.
He put a retarded guy in the electric chair. He put a retarded guy in the electric chair when he was governor. He literally just he was drunk and he just said, come here. And he's like, what are you doing? And he just took him and he put him in it. And he said, never mind, just fucking shut up. Killed a retarded guy single-handedly.
He's witnessed history, even if it's not ancient history. He saw Nixon resign on live television. Me and those few people that clapped, we saw the president of America cry and then quit being the president. That shit was crazy. Because none of us knew what was going to happen next. Today, people the president's kind of disappointing.
And, I saw Joe Biden say, American arms are flowing into the Ukraine as I speak. I saw him say that proudly, and I was
flowing
as I speak. He said that in Belgium when I was in Europe. And if there's a shooting war and you flow arms into it, more people get killed.
That's right.
More people die.
Yeah.
So, and I know that the young progressive kids that have the little Ukrainian flag on their ID are very comfortable with dead Russian soldiers.
Right.
With charred face.
Yeah. They don't care.
Bloated body.
Yeah.
Coming out of a tank.
Right.
They're like,
it's right.
Go us. Whatever. Fine.
I called Trump when Trump was not conceding the election.
Yeah.
I called the White House and it was deep into it. Yeah. And usually it's hello, White House. It's a switchboard operator.
You're calling the White House?
And you say, I want to make a complaint. And she says, yes, I'll put you through. And they either, they give you a voicemail or they put somebody who just writes down, thank you very much. They take your comment and you just figure it's one of a trillion. But when I called Trump's White House, some guy, you could hear a loosened tie and unshaven. Some guy goes, hello, White House. And I go, hi, I want to make a complaint. He goes, what? I want to make a complaint. He goes, look, please just go to the website. Can you just go to the website? And I said, are you okay? And he goes, not great. I swear to God, I had this conversation. He goes, not great. I said, okay, well, I hope you have a better day. He said, thank you. I do appreciate that. So it was at that point, the White House was in a place where it was Trump's like, somebody get the fucking phone. The fucking phone is ringing. And it's nobody's left.
It was the end of Wolf of Wall Street.
You were just doing gigs last night. You're going to Tyler Perry's and Chuck Lorre's doing the thing. You're touring, doing that part of the job. Yeah. The night of, I'm a comic, so the night that you knew that they were going to shoot bin Laden, you're doing comedy.
I was pretty funny too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, is there some trick that you can share with us all of how you just sort of focus in on that? Is everything that immediate to you that you can compartmentalize that quickly? Or you just know that you have to show up and do the job?
Yeah. Look, because you're a performer, this is true, and you're friends with a lot of comics.
You like comedy?
I love comedy, and
who are your guys?
Well, Pryor was an early one. Yeah. Dick Gregory when he was really, on the edge. But I love all. Seinfeld's a whole nother different type.
Yeah,
Louis. I know is a buddy of yours.
Yeah.
I love
Louis.
I think Louis is terrific.
Oh boy, he just made his life.
No,
he just made his life.
Mean, he's wonderful in such a self-deprecating but edgy kind of way. I mean, and basically good-hearted, even when he's saying stuff that's pretty, wrong.
Yeah.
But you can. There's a goodness about him that comes through. But look, I think that
half people think one thing, half people think other, and most of them are fed on facts. But the most important thing is that we can keep voting openly and talking openly. And my feeling, and it might be because I'm also caught up emotionally, I look at that guy and I listen to what he says, and I think he's going to make this a violent and contentious country where you can't say what you want, and he's going to bully people at the polls. And I picture him saying, once it's two candidates, you Hillary voters may not want to meet my voters at the polls. You may want to stay home. Like, that's sort of where this starts to lead to.
In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote.
And I got really scared. And I wrote that thing. And after I wrote it, I was like, the fever broke. And I was like, I'm a little unhinged here. Like, that was that was irrational.
Everybody wants me to run.
Now, Louis, I'm not doing my job if I don't ask you about the election. It's just a week away. You want to talk about it? Who are you supporting?
I'm going to vote for Hillary because and it's stupid to say because I'm a performer and so I'm splitting my audience in half, but I think she's great. It's not like a lesser of two evils. I think she's great. I really like her. I think she's really talented, and I think she's super smart, and I think she's done this I would take her over anybody. There really isn't it's not because between the two of them. I would take her over anybody else that would do it. And to me, it's really exciting to have the first mother in the White House. That's what I think this is. It's not about the first woman. It's about the first mom.
Now, what is it about a mom?
Because a mother, she's got it. A mother just does it. She's got she feeds you and teaches you. She protects you. She takes care of a father. We've had 240 years of fathers. Father after father. Bald father, fat father, every kind of father. And fathers are okay. I'm a father. Yeah. You're a dad. You're a dad. A great father can give a kid 40% of his needs. Top out at 40%. Tops out at 40%.
Yes.
Any mother.
That's optimistic.
That's optimistic. Yeah. Any mother, just a mother, like just a not even trying mother, 200%. Like she can't. Mothers do too much. Like, what's the last conversation you had with your mom was probably, Mom, all right.
Yeah.
It's enough. Like they just keep. So to me, she's like it's exciting to think about. I'm excited about this election because I don't want it to be the other guy. Look, if you vote, I don't have no problem when anybody votes for Trump if that's your ideology. Although 4 more years of I don't know if we can do, because this is 4 more years of a guy who can't be criticized. What's more important about a president than that you can all over them? That's what presidents are for.
Yeah.
Guy sucks. Like, that's the point of the president, is to get drunk and blame them for everything. And accuse them of. This guy, every time he's criticized, everything stops and he makes everybody pay.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. We need somebody who can take abuse.
Yes.
Hillary Clinton can take abuse. She's been taking it and taking it. This is what's been going on. We've been hazing her. We've been holding her down and spitting in her mouth and yelling at her. And she just gets up and goes, well, I just think that if children have proper health care and education, she just keeps working.
Yeah.
So I'm totally for her.
Now, Louis, you want people, you really changed my mind. I was all in for Trump. I'm glad you're here. But you know what? You feel a specific need, or it's important to you that people get out and vote, especially there's some younger people out there, millennials, that say, oh, I don't know if this is there's a good choice for me here. I don't know if I'm going to vote or I'm undecided.
Exactly. I don't have any quarrel with somebody who votes for Trump if that's what they feel that they want. But if you don't vote at all because I don't know about her. She's like, if you're like a liberal who's not going to vote, you're a piece of
Because wait a minute. Because this is what they're like. I don't really like her voice. Grow the. Are you kidding me? Grow up. I just don't something about. I don't want somebody who's likable or cool anymore. We need a two-faced, conniving, crazy, just somebody who's just got a million schemes. And by the way, all her is out there.
Yeah.
Every email she ever wrote is in the newspapers, and she's not in jail, which is amazing. But we need just a tough bitch mother who nobody likes, and who just does. So this is my feeling overall. I think if you vote for Hillary, you're a grown-up.
Yeah.
If you vote for Trump, you're a sucker.
Right.
If you don't vote for anybody, you're an asshole.
Right.
That's what I think, overall.
I learned from watching Obama when he was running for president against McCain, I think it was, and he was, on the front, I don't remember which election, but he was debating. And McCain really knew that Obama was going to win. Like he used to just say it to people. This guy's gonna beat me. I know it. I liked McCain too, but he would during the debates he would really kind of attack Obama and be really pugnacious. And Obama would just he'd say what he feels, and then McCain would go, yeah, and Obama would just look at the camera and smile and go, yeah.
That's a brilliant way to handle it.
It is, because what the audience, he doesn't need to overcome McCain.
Right.
He doesn't need to make him feel worse or to convince him of anything. There's other people watching, and he knows who he is. So people watching go, that guy's having a hard time, McCain. This guy seems like he knows what and also I'm listening to what they're saying. I've got my own mind,
Yeah.
So you kind of count on people doing that.
And, like I saw Joe Biden say, American arms are flowing into the Ukraine as I speak. I saw him say that proudly, and I was
flowing
as I speak. He said that in Belgium when I was in Europe. And if there's a shooting war and you flow arms into it, more people get killed.
That's right.
More people die.
Yeah.
So, and I know that the young progressive kids that have like the little Ukrainian flag on their ID are very comfortable with dead Russian soldiers.
Right.
With like charred face.
Yeah. They don't care.
Bloated body.
Yeah.
Like coming out of a tank.
Right.
They're like,
it's right.
Go us, whatever. Fine. The economy was tanking. And then here's Gerald Ford, who's just a kind of like oval-headed, simple dude. He made little moves. He handled it perfectly. He did one thing that was extremely, extremely unpopular and fucked up, which is that he pardoned Richard Nixon. It was the first thing he did. Everyone wanted to go after Nixon and keep investigating and catch him and send him to jail. He could have gone to prison for what he did. And Ford knew that if he pardoned him, he would never win an election. There was no way he was going to be reelected.
Yeah.
Because everyone would just say, well, you guys are just fucking dirty. You're just pardoning each other. Yeah. But he knew it was the right thing to do. We needed to get there. He said, our national nightmare needs to end. And he ended it.
He's witnessed history, even if it's not ancient history. He saw Nixon resign on live television. Me and those few people that clapped, we saw the president of America cry and then quit being the president. That shit was crazy. Because none of us knew what was going to happen next. Today, people like, the president's kind of disappointing. We saw the president of America cry and then quit being the president. That shit was crazy. Because none of us knew what was going to happen next. Today, people like, the president's kind of disappointing. Really? Our president wept like an insane person and then got in a helicopter and flew away. And the whole nation just watched him go.
And, like I saw Joe Biden say, American arms are flowing into the Ukraine as I speak. I saw him say that proudly, and I was
flowing
as I speak. He said that in Belgium when I was in Europe. And you know, if there's a shooting war and you flow arms into it, more people get killed.
That's right.
More people die.
Yeah.
So, and I know that the young progressive kids that have like the little Ukrainian flag on their ID are very comfortable with dead Russian soldiers.
Right.
With like charred face.
Yeah. They don't care.
Bloated body.
Yeah.
Like coming out of a tank.
Right.
They're like, you know,
it's right.
Go us, whatever. Fine. 4 presidents were. When you think about the fact that 4 of them were assassinated.
Yeah. Well, successfully. Yeah. I hear you.
4 were killed.
Shot
And killed.
Yeah.
4 out of 40. There's been 47 presidents. Yeah. 4 were shot and killed. Is it Garfield? McKinley shot and killed. JFK and Lincoln. Reagan.
Close.
Badly shot.
Yeah.
Roosevelt, Teddy, shot in the chest.
Bull.
But had a thick piece of paper with his speech and a glasses case.
Finished the speech, dude.
Yep, finished the speech.
Got shot and was like,
and somebody shot at Andrew Jackson.
Yeah. You got it.
And he had a cane and he beat the guy. I almost beat him to death. The guy shot him and he just it was right outside the Capitol.
What?
Like by the big pillars or whatever.
Yeah.
And he just beat the out of him.
Dude who shot.
He was insane.
The president's kind of disappointing. Really? We saw the president of America cry and then quit being the president. That was crazy. Because none of us knew what was going to happen next. Our president wept like an insane person and then got in a helicopter and flew away. And the whole nation just watched him go.
I called Trump when Trump was like not conceding the election.
Yeah.
I called the White House and it was deep into it.
Yeah.
And usually it's like, hello, White House. It's a switchboard
You're
operator.
calling the White House?
And you say, I want to make a complaint. And she says, yes, I'll put you through. And they either, they give you a voicemail or they put somebody who just writes down, thank you very much. They take your comment and you just figure it's one of a trillion. But when I called Trump's White House, some guy, you could hear a loosened tie and unshaven. Some guy goes, hello, White House. And I go, hi, I want to make a complaint. He goes, what? I want to make a complaint. He goes, look, please just go to the website. Can you just go to the website? And I said, are you okay? And he goes, not great. I swear to God, I had this conversation. He goes, not great. I said, okay, well, I hope you have a better day. He said, thank you. I do appreciate that. So it was at that point, the White House was in a place where it was like, Trump's like, somebody get the fucking phone. The fucking phone is ringing. And it's like nobody's left.
It was the end of Wolf of Wall Street.
He's just a lion sack. I mean, it's just simple. It's simpler than I thought. He's, like there's liars. Like so sometimes people lie, right?
Yeah.
That guy lied. They found out he lied.
Sure.
And then there's somebody who lies once in a while. It can't quite stay inside the boundaries of truth, right? Somebody who lies sometimes. Then you have a liar, who's somebody who's almost like it's like a problem. They can't help it. They lie a lot. Then you have just a lion sack. And that's somebody who just they just lie. They like it. He likes it. He goes, it wasn't even true. Wasn't even true. And then I said they were liars. Like it's just an insane. It's just gross. He's just a gross, crook, dirty, rotten lion sack of.
There's a guy who voted for him up there, right?
Yeah, no, look. And he's the victim of the lying.
Right
I mean,
there.
look, if you voted, that's the guy he lied to. He didn't lie to me.
And we love him, right?
Yeah, he lied to him. He didn't lie to me. Yeah. Everybody else was like, yeah, no, that's not true. But that guy bought it.
Talking about computers during the break.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting story. Louis was telling us, you got to redo the story now, unfortunately, for about 1.5 million, 2 million people. But basically, Louis was talking about how he found a computer just laying on the sidewalk here in New York City.
Yeah, I was walking down the street and I saw a computer next to someone's garbage can.
Where were you going?
Where was I going?
Yeah, people who ask like completely impertinent questions.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, we go home. And I found this computer and I just picked it up, took it home, and I kind of like mechanical stuff and fixing things. So I took it home and I plugged it into my monitor. I just
See, this is everyone's worst.
Yeah.
This is everyone's worst fear, by the way. You throw a computer out, maybe right next to the garbage or on the sidewalk, and you're like, who really is going to take my old computer and get into it? But Louis actually did
stupid
this.
people that don't know would do this.
So I plugged it in and got it charged up and just started looking through this guy's whole life. This dude read his emails and
he didn't erase anything. He was all right out there.
The thing is that it was broken. The power cord was broken, but it was a standard power cord. It was the same as every computer.
It's like every computer runs on the same power cord.
That's all that was wrong with this computer?
That's all that was
Except
wrong with
maybe being outdated or whatever?
Yeah, it was pretty outdated, old thing, but it worked, and I got it charged up and read all his whole life. And basically, I know everything about this guy. I didn't remember his name. Otherwise, I'd happily tell you.
Right here on the air.
He was a gay guy from somewhere outside of Buffalo, estranged from his parents because they didn't like that he was gay. His father didn't speak to him anymore.
Did production on a radio program.
Wait, how did you know that from emails? Dear faggot.
Well, there was some friend of his father's who he wrote to try to get to his dad. Like, please ask my dad to call me.
So he was estranged from his father for being a gay gentleman.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then he was writing plays. He was here trying to write plays.
Well, jeez.
Yeah. And I read the plays.
In between interior decorating?
They're awful plays. Awful.
You got to read his plays.
I read one of his plays.
You had really a lot of time on your hands.
I did. And it's before I had kids. You can't do that
It
when
was
you're
a bad play?
Terrible. And then what happened was he started getting depressed and into credit trouble. He became, he had a problem using credit cards too much. He'd go to Neiman Marcus and spend all his, or whatever it is, Barney's. And then he went home to his parents' house and stole their retirement fund money and used it to pay his credit card bills and ruined his father. And his father, who was retired, had to come out of retirement and go back to work.
His gay son.
So that's really the father's story,
Yeah. The poor father.
His gay son ruined his
had to go
life.
back to work.
At the age of 70.
Oh.
He had to go punch in
He
at
came out of the
Walmart.
closet. His father had to come out of the retirement. What an awful life.
But I learned all of that by finding this guy's computer.
Just some guy's computer on the side of the road, yeah. People are more savvy now, though, I think, to make sure they don't just leave that out. I usually pull the hard drive if I throw away my computer. I pull the hard drive, but then I just leave it laying around. Like, I don't destroy it. I really don't have anything on there I got to worry about.
Right.
That I know of, and I pretty much know everything that's on there.
Yeah.
I love the people that are like, I don't know, it must have gotten mailed to me, and I got, shut up. You know what's on there.
Yep.
But I never put them out on the street. So
No.
I got a few. Eventually, either the bandsaw or a drill press, or something like that. You got to shred that hard drive.
You got to kill it
if you want to just get rid of all the info. And for the most part, it's not from porno or anything. I got passwords, bank account information, things like that you don't want.
I've never seen Jimmy concentrate more than when we talk about how you could erase all your
How do you get rid of that stuff?
I really want to know.
To be honest with you, there's nothing on my computer that's that terrible. I mean, I have a lot of porn. But I mean, I'd show if you don't mind to see what a dog can do.
Yeah,
I actually like the fact you can grab stuff because my photos are really like, I can't picture ever losing my photographs. Like I have 100 of them.
Yeah.
I would love to know you can always get that back if you ever screw up, which is good. I'm obsessed with.
You can always do it until you actually need to. You call some place that's called like We Can Get Anything Back Doctor. And then they'll say, "Oh, did you press delete?" Yeah, no, it's gone.
Oh, did you press delete?
Not even
something so simple. What'd you do? You had it unplugged for a minute? Nah, you're done. You're sunk. It's completely wiped clean. Use it as a door.
Delicatessen.
Yeah, wherever the
Something like
wherever the Trump down there is does he have one down there?
Oh, he's got the Taj
Trump
and the Marina. I don't know how much.
Yeah,
he
Trump
actually
Marina
really
is sitting where some guy used to have an old fish restaurant. He had the restaurant from 1850 in his family, and now it's a fucking Trump Marina hotel.
It's right there on the
I
water.
worked that fucking place, or is the Trump Castle? It was called. I don't know where that is now.
I think they changed the name at some point.
I worked at Trump Castle, and I remember just watching people. I had never really been down there before, and I'm just watching these fucking old ladies from around the country come on buses. Like from the middle of Ohio or Kentucky, literally.
Yeah,
like you see a bus that says like Lexington, Kentucky.
and they fuck, and these fucking old women come out of the bus, and they're all they took a medical hit from the trip. Like you just see them, and they get out of these fucking buses they were in for hours, days.
Yeah, blood just clotting in their legs.
Helping each, the 60-year-olds helping the 70-year-olds off the bus, and they go get shit rooms.
Yeah,
and then they pour buckets of fucking coins. All of their fucking retirement, all they got left, they just pour it in buckets into these machines. And then they leave. And then so I'm watching all this, and it all says Trump all over it. And then I was in an elevator, and Trump got on with Marla Maples at the time.
Yeah, okay.
And everyone was like, oh, there they are. They were really excited. They saw them. Oh my God, there's Trump and the woman he's fucking illicitly. And they get on the elevator, and Trump looked miserable. I was in the elevator alone with him just by chance, and he just looked miserable. He looked so unhappy.
Yeah.
And all that money, I realized is a weird, he has all this billions of dollars, but he's fucking miserable because he needs $100 billion to look in the mirror and not want to kill himself. He needs that. These old ladies from Kentucky, they don't need anything. They have maybe $1,000 in the bank.
Right.
It's like they're coming. It's like a religion. Like they're coming to help him feel better. Like they're coming to give him money.
Giving him the money.
He's like, I have $100 billion and I don't fuck everybody. It's not enough. And these old ladies are like, I have maybe 1,000. You can have all of it.
I'll give you all of it.
I'll take a bus all day to give it to you.
We could have pumped it into our own economy where we live.
Yeah, I could have given it to my neighbor's store that closed last week.
By the way, for you young people, here's how life goes. One of your parents is going to die, and the other one is just never going to fucking die. They just will never fucking die. Ever. And guess what? It's not the one you wanted. Nope. It's not the one you wish to have kept. It's not your good parent. Nobody's got two good parents. You have a nice one and a shitty one. And the nice one just dies, because that's what nice people do. I'll just die. I don't want to bother everybody. And the shitty one just hangs in there.
Yes, I'm still here. Another day of this.
Why? What the fuck for the long life?
I started to believe in this country was when Clinton ran for president, because, and again, not based on politics even, but how dug in Reagan and Bush felt. And Bush just felt like, you ain't gonna beat this guy with nothing. These guys are in, and there's Dick Cheney in there, and Donald Rumsfeld. These fucking guys are like, these are hard ass fucking guys who don't bleed. You just don't believe they bleed. And they got it all worked out, and they've been there for 12 fucking years.
Yeah.
And here comes Clinton, whose mom was a blackjack dealer in Vegas, and whose dad died in a 3-inch puddle. He died. He was drunk, and he hit a tree and was launched out of his car and landed in 3 little feet of water and drowned in it. That was Clinton's dad. And then that was Jefferson. His father, his name was
that his real dad or his stepdad?
His dad's last name is Jefferson.
Yeah.
It would have been another Jefferson. That was his real dad. His mom then married a guy named Clinton.
He changed his name.
And had Roger. And his mom, and that guy used to beat the shit out of his mom. And the second Clinton got big enough, one night his stepdaddy came home drunk. And he stood up to him and he said, if you hit my mom again, I'm going to kill you. And he used to protect his little brother. And his little brother was like an orphan. His dad's a drunk.
Yeah.
So the dad disappears. And the day that Clinton turned 18, he was already in charge of the family. The day he turned 18, he took his brother to City Hall. And he said, you know what I'm doing today? I'm changing my last name to Clinton so that you and me are real brothers. That's why his last name is Clinton.
Yeah.
That's who Bill Clinton is. Okay? And he fucked a bunch of 10-year-old girls on a jet.
He also fucked those kids. but he did. That's the problem.
I don't know, man. I have no idea. I don't know. It wasn't
It's not
my
looking-
pussy. It wasn't my pussy.
It
so I
wasn't
can't
mine, but
report.
it's not looking good.
Oh, it's not looking good at all.
I mean, he
But
took
I don't
a
know.
lot of those.
Listen.
He loved the ladies, which
I know
you
nothing
can't knock
about
a
it.
guy for liking ladies, but
those aren't ladies. Those are babies.
no, I meant his reputation.
Look, I don't know. I don't fucking
Outside of banging the kids, his reputation was
love the ladies.
Lewinsky and the other
Sure.
lady.
So Clinton, but Clinton was this fucking country good old boy, and they threw. And I mean, we had just lost Gary Hart. He was. That's why Dukakis ran.
Yeah,
because Gary Hart got caught with a chick, and so that was Democrats' problems. Is the
They're getting
ladies.
too much pussy.
Too much pussy. And so
Going
so
against
Clinton
Bob
shows
Dole.
up, and the first thing that happens in New Hampshire is fucking Jennifer Flowers. And but then there was this feeling that it was a kind of a circus. And I remember Howard Stern's guy, Stuttering John. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Stuttering John? Stuttering John, Jennifer Flowers' first her press conference, it was like a serious thing. And she's like, yes, I did have sex with him. And then you heard Stuttering John say, are you planning to have sex with any more Democratic candidates? and she laughed and everybody laughed. To me, that was the moment where everybody was like, who gives a fuck who he fucked? Hillary stood by him. We did the interview with him and with Barbara Walters. A light fell from the grid and crashed on the floor right next to them. And the Clintons hugged, and they were both crying. So it was like they're under a lot of stress, and one of them died. And Barbara Walters saw this and told everyone the story. And so it was like everybody started to love Bill Clinton, same as Oliver North.
You ever look at the Clinton body count?
What's that?
How many people they've killed?
Oh, you mean Foster, the guy from
he shot
Travel
himself.
Office?
Didn't he shoot himself twice? There's a bunch of guys who shot themselves twice in the head, stuff like that.
I don't know, but the
This is the only
look,
history
Dick
I
Cheney
know
shot
now.
a guy in the face.
Dick Cheney, yeah, but that was fun. He was having fun with it.
I know. I'll tell you about that. But so Clinton made me feel like I can't believe this. They just got rid of the Bushes.
Yeah,
they got rid of Cheney. They really like in my lifetime that didn't exist. The idea of that. So I was pretty fucking impressed. Likewise with Obama later. But so that made me think, maybe this is actually some kind of, and then later you learned that Clinton and Gore together learned how to go for business and tell big business, look, we're going to make you a fortune. Don't worry about these social issues. We're going to take care of the poor. We're going to do all kinds of programs, but we're getting rid of welfare. He got rid of welfare. And he was also a death penalty governor.
Yeah.
He put a retarded guy in the electric chair. He put a retarded guy in the electric chair when he was governor. He literally just he was drunk and he just said, come here. And he's like, what are you doing? And he just took him and he put him in it. And he said, never mind, just fucking shut up. Killed a retarded guy single-handedly. Clinton, I loved Clinton when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I loved Clinton. Just loved him. And I remember when Coretta Scott King died, her funeral, he closed it. I think Jesse Jackson was there. Every president was there. Everybody, past president, all the greats came to make speeches. And then Clinton wasn't, George W. Bush was president now. So Bush went before, but he let Clinton close. They all made speeches about how far we've come and the importance of Martin Luther King, and then they'd make a comment about her. It was really about Martin Luther King, and then she was a great woman. And Clinton just fucking talked. He went up there and he leaned on the podium and he said, we're all talking about a lot of stuff here, but there's a woman in that box. He literally pointed at her dead body. There's a woman in that.
Fine, beautiful.
A woman
supple.
who had, he said, she had dreams. She had passions. She was, and he said one word that sounded a little sexy.
Yeah.
And look at her kids. And what are they going to do? They're already dealing with their daddy's legacy. That's a burden on them. And it was a burden on her. And now it passes to them. And my God, what is it like to be them now? And you just hear people going, oh, that's what Clinton just had that ability. and he fucked so many children, just
And then
hundreds of them.
but he did fuck those kids on that island.
On the island of Kid Fucker.
What was
Where
he
do you go?
doing?
What else are you gonna do on that island? What are you gonna go to that island and just stand by the Pepsi machine and just, like,
Trump went
look
there.
at your phone?
Trump only hung out with the staff.
Totally.
That's true. And it is funny the politics I have instilled in me.
Yeah.
I just remembered I hated Clinton. Just
It's
I was
fun.
I
It's-
was
I
like,
just loved him.
I was 8
Mhm.
or however.
I
I was like 5.
at I was in New Orleans for
Yeah.
a film festival. I'd made a little shitty short film and it won Best Comedy at the New Orleans Film Festival. And I went down there, and this was back when you had to send a VHS of your movie, and then you'd get it on the mail. You'd get a letter. I got a letter in the mail saying you won an award. So I went down to New Orleans. I was a kid in 1992. So I was a kid. I was 18 plus 7, whatever that is. 25 sounds good. I went to New Orleans and I'm just walking around a park, and then this fucking bus pulls up with Clinton-Gore on the side, and they just get out and start a rally, and there's people just started showing up. It was like at some park, and next
Damn.
thing I know, I'm at a Clinton, and Al Gore comes out and he says, the governor can't talk because his voice is destroyed by all these rallies, so I'm going to make the speech. And then he talked, and then
it's kind of
we're going to turn around. So it was just boring.
Yeah.
And then Hillary came out and said a few things. Nobody cared. And then Clinton came out, and it was like, oh, he's going to talk. And he was like, and he was a little hushed, but he made an amazing speech. And I was standing there, and I watched him make this speech. And then he came down off the podium, and he just walked. I stood there. Some guy handed me a placard. And so I had this placard, Clinton-Gore, and he found me and there was this lady next to me, and she had a throwaway camera. That's how long ago this was. And she goes, can you take a picture of me with the governor? So I took a picture of her with Clinton, and some guy took a placard and put it in front of their faces, and he swatted it down. He said, what's wrong with you? Screamed at this guy, and he said to me, take it again.
Oh my God.
So I took another picture. Clinton. 8 years. The king of the world. Unbeatable. Gets Monica Lewinsky. Gets impeached.
The crime bill though, that wasn't great.
I
Wasn't
don't.
it him?
Yeah, I don't fucking care what these guys do. Just a super interesting guy.
It's funny. It's just funny to speak at
crime bill.
Coretta's funeral and then be like, crime bill.
Yeah. I don't know. So Clinton and Gore's vice president. And one of the fly on the wall moments, like the thing I wish I was there for, is apparently somewhere Clinton and Gore had to do an event together. And this is when Clinton needed to tell Gore that he fucked Monica Lewinsky, because Gore backed him up.
Yeah, everybody believed it.
Yes. When he was saying, like, let me tell you, we got to get in the business. I did not have sex with that. I did not have sex with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. And we have, like, he slipped her name in. So he sat in a limousine with Gore, apparently, and said, I fucked her, it's coming out. And Gore was like, well, gosh darn it. Jeez, Bill. I mean, it's like you're doing it to me on purpose. My God. And they just sat in that limo and they dealt with it.
Yeah.
There's another fly on the wall moment with them later on September 11th. Gore was in Canada. He was flying in Canada, and his plane was grounded, and he couldn't fly into this. Nobody could fly. So he got a car. He rented a car, because they're all losers now. And he drove.
He's a fucking loser.
Yes, and he drove to back to Washington, but he stopped in Chappaquiddick, and he got there like midnight. I'm Chappaquiddick. What's the name of the Chappaqua? Where the Clintons live. They live in upstate New York.
Yeah.
Chappaqua. He stopped at Clinton's house, and they sat in the kitchen apparently till 3 a.m, just talking. That I wish I could have been in that room
just like,
for that.
damn,
on 9/11.
We could have got him.
Yes. Yeah. So
do you remember that guy?
Which guy?
No, this is them sitting in the kitchen
Yeah.
like, holy shit, it was
Yes.
him?
Yes. Exactly.
Hinckley?
Yeah.
He did it?
Exactly. So Clinton gone, and then
No parties supported him. He got nothing done. He was never up for re-election again.
It must have been awkward.
That brings us to our guy, though. This is who I wanted to get to. Polk, dude. Turns out Polk's the man.
Really?
Yeah.
I know nothing about Polk.
No.
He was one term because he was a dark horse out of nowhere, and he promised everybody in his party I'll only do one term. That way, some of you guys that are good, that are getting ready, you can take over. I promise to do one term. When he was running, his opponent's slogan was, "Who is James K. Polk?" Like, people were talking shit. As soon as he got in, oh, this is good. He was a tiny guy. He was 5'8", which was like...
That's really small.
Yeah, he was 5'8", and when he got in, his wife was the one who came up with, they got to play Hail to the Chief every time you come in a room to give you some respect.
Give him a little, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why that happens.
Nice.
So right away, Polk starts going
But it was
wild.
kind of a joke. It's like if a midget walked in.
Yeah, like,
everybody goes, it's just a little guy.
No, Polk's a beast. Immediately, he starts fucking with the British about Oregon. So they have the Oregon Territory out there, which is just beaver hunting. Everybody's, beaver hunting. We're doing a little bit of
What do
that
you
in
mean?
Nash Vegas.
What do you mean?
It means trying to get pussy.
About pussies.
Hunting in Oregon for
They were in Oregon,
pussy
Oregon, pussy hunting. So the British were pussy hunting. The British and Americans were both pussy hunting on the same territory. And Polk was like, nah, we're done with that. And he set the latitude and longitude was 54 and 40. So he came out with the slogan 54 and 40 or fight. He was saying that to the British. He was like, we're going to
very
fuck
catchy.
you guys up.
True.
So he came out with that. And the British.
People were really into
They loved
latitudes
slogans.
and longitudes.
They were.
back then.
So he called that. And the British were afraid to call his bluff. They were just like, fine, take
They're
it.
like, that slogan is so good.
Yeah, like,
just take it.
Fuck, dude, this guy's
Dude,
nuts.
You came up with the fucking, you used the longitude and latitude?
So he takes that territory, which is huge. And then it's not just Oregon, it's Washington, all that.
You know why Oregon is, Portland is called Portland?
I bet you I do.
It was kind of, do you?
No, it's not.
It was going to be Boston.
What?
Because there's two guys. Is it Lewis and Clark?
Yeah.
So one of them is
That
from
was Jefferson. Give
One
him
of them
credit
is
on
from
that.
Boston, and one of them is from Portland, Maine. And they both wanted to name it after their hometown.
Oh.
And they flipped a coin
Huh.
and named it Portland. And there is a Boston in Oregon. There's a town called Boston, Oregon. Anyway, go on.
So after he gets Oregon,
Yeah.
he's like, all right, it's time for me to get Texas.
Mhm.
He starts fucking with the Mexicans. Like, so they would send troops down just to see if the Mexicans would shoot first. Finally, they did. He
Fucking
immediately
lazy Mexicans.
Finally, they shot
so
a bunch
many
of-
times
He-
to get off their fucking frijoles and fire a shot.
So they go to war.
Here they come again. I don't want to fire.
He
I'm too
fired
busy
the last
drinking
time. One of them was like-
tequila.
70,000 troops poured in.
Oh, no.
So we immediately took California, Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, Texas.
And
This
then
is all
who was
Polk
the
in
general?
4 years.
Who was the general that penetrated all the way to Mexico City? This is later, right?
This was the next guy who was Zachary Taylor.
Yeah, Zachary Taylor was
Zachary
the big
Taylor.
Mexican American war
Yeah,
guy.
he was the war hero.
What?
Zachary Taylor was dominating.
So they
but this is-
gathered-
He went into Mexico City, and if you go to in Mexico City, the big thing is Los Niños. These six, I think it's 4 or 6 kids. So they stormed. They went all the way to Mexico City, and the citadel, the Chapultepec, the palace. The army was so decimated that it was finally just the cadets of the military school were the only ones
Yikes.
defending the capital, and they were just 4 kids firing on the American army is just coming. And they wrapped themselves in Mexican flags and jumped and dove and killed themselves. That was how they ended the
pretty
war.
awesome.
And the moment is Zachary Taylor was holding one of them, and he was saying they were just kids. Like, he had no idea they were like fucking 12, 15 years old.
Man.
And in Chapultepec, there's 4 big pillars that are still they're like war heroes.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
What did Mexico have back then? Was it like a king or like
A lot
what
of they had what was going on all these years. Napoleon assumed that the South would win the Civil War eventually. That there would be Europe always bet on the South because the South was a aristocratic America. It was about plantations and old families, and that's a European. They loved Europe in the South. The North was always against Europe and wanting to start something new. So during the Civil War, Maximilian was just a Habsburg. But the way kings worked back then, there were some royalty factories. So the Habsburg family, who I think were like Flemish or whatever the fuck,
they just had like somebody, a cousin of a king. They went, Maximilian and his wife, they're like, you guys take Mexico. So Napoleon sent French troops to Mexico and installed Maximilian. But then
which is what Cinco de Mayo is.
Yes. And then the Mexicans finally overran, because when we lost the Civil War, when we lost the Civil War, I don't know what made me say that. No, when the South lost the Civil War, Napoleon was like, all right, fuck this.
Well, wait, Napoleon was gone for this.
Or whoever the French pulled their well, there was like 3 Napoleons.
Oh, true.
I think it was a later Napoleon.
Wow. Yes.
Pulled support.
Yeah.
And Maximilian, they beheaded him.
Fuck.
They fed peyote to his wife and sent her home. And there's some little village somewhere in like the Netherlands where they tell you like she's going to come get you, because she would run in the streets. She went insane. She would run the streets screaming. And they tell kids, if you don't get to sleep, because she comes out at night, if you don't go to sleep, she's going to come get you. So that's how far in Mexico. Dude, I'm sorry to derail you, but so
great.
Zachary, so you were still at Polk and then Taylor.
Polk, but still. So one thing that was cool was when Polk was instigating this war with Mexico.
You got to cut that part where I say we lost.
No, that's good.
Cut that. I don't know what
you
made me say
corrected it immediately. This is pretty sick. So Polk was up there like, they're fucking with us. They shot at our troops. An old one-term senator from Illinois at the time stood up and said, were we on their territory when we shot him? There was one guy that was opposed to the Mexican-American War, a guy by the name of Abraham Lincoln.
Really?
Abraham Lincoln,
and people were like, hey, shut up, pussy.
Yeah, dude.
We're trying to take Texas. Shut the fuck
He's
up.
Like, you guys, were we? I'm like, shh. Yeah, he was like, sorry.
I think this was wrong. Anyway, that's why Polk's kind of the man. He added 1/3 of the entire United States in a 4-year term.
Damn.
Pretty good. Well, in territory.
I know, but still.
It's like those big
but
states.
you got Texas and California.
And they were just sitting
probably
on
half our population.
True. They're sitting on the border.
I wish he hadn't added them, especially Texas.
The
But
troops
again,
are sitting
then
there
we
being like,
went,
Mexico sucks. Mexico fucking
Finally,
sucks.
one of them got just
Go,
popped.
go.
Oh shit, run, they're pissed.
Yo, Mexico's gay.
Again, that was a smashing. America destroyed Mexico. It was mean.
Yeah, it's not nice.
Then this is good. Polk, he was working his tail off. He was tired. He was so exhausted when he got done. He went back to Tennessee and just died.
Like right away, right?
Yeah.
He died, yeah.
He was like, that was too much. I should have done
a lot
all
of work. Yep.
Just died. So then comes Zachary Taylor. This is 1849 to 1850. That's a quick term.